Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Friday morning to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. Today, we are in episode 5 of our NBA 2K23 Road to the NBA Finals series for our Minnesota Timberwolves series, and we are playing our first Western Conference semifinals game against the Denver Nuggets. Yes, the Nuggets defeated the Houston Rockets 4-1 in the first round to advance on to this round, and we had knocked out the Utah Jazz 4-0 as we swept them pretty well, I'd have to say. And we weren't the only team in the playoffs to do so. The New York Knicks were also too against the Philadelphia 76ers, but now they face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are projected to be our NBA Finals opponent if we actually make it to the NBA Finals. So we'll be at Target Center in Minneapolis facing off against Nikola Jokic and his Denver Nuggets. We will show you the uniforms and we'll see you guys at tip-off. All right, so the Denver Nuggets, they are going to be wearing their white association uniforms on the road for Game 1 in Minneapolis, while for the Minnesota T-Wolves, they are just going to be wearing their blue icon uniforms at home. So without further ado, we'll see you guys at Target Center. All right, so now it is tip-off time here in Target Center in Minneapolis. So now the Denver Nuggets have surprisingly won, so now Jamal Murray going to pass it over to Aaron Gordon, and Murray will pick up that assist. So now I'm going to actually pass it around to Rudy Gobert, and I'm thinking about getting this one in for my first 2 points of the game. So I haven't been really doing too much NBA 2K videos lately, or filming them rather lately, and it's hard when you're working a lot and you don't have as much only 3 days a week of spare time, but at least it gives me something to do, and Karl-Anthony Towns gets it in for at least 2 points. So happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way. And it's been 161 years since Mexico defeated France in the Battle of Puebla in 1862, but now we got Rudy Gobert on the court. Is he in fact going to knock down a three? Hopefully, but actually we're going to pass it around to Mike Conley first, and he had amazing performances in his return to Utah, and now the Timberwolves will score their first three-pointer of this game, and the Joker Nikola Jokic loses a basketball, but then Rudy Gobert makes that dunk. So this Timberwolves team, they're having a pretty good start to this Western Conference semifinals, and it's going to be exciting if once we make the Western Conference finals, maybe face off against Memphis or the Lakers. So 3 steals and 7 fast break points for our hustle stats. So now they're going to dribble. They're going to try to get this one in. And it is now 12-6. And now I'm going to pass it over to Anthony Edwards. So Edwards going to knock down that 3 for Minnesota. So it's now 15-6. And now Nikola Jokic is going to lose the basketball. Now Edwards picks it up. I'm going to pass it around to Rudy Gobert. Gets that in. So it's now 17-6. So the Nuggets have not been doing really well in field goals to start off this first quarter, because they've been losing the ball quite a bit. So now Nikola Jokic tries to get it in, but Karl-Anthony Towns has that foul. So now minute 23 left in the first quarter. The T-Wolves are taking that 10-point or 9-point lead pretty seriously here, and I am going to pass it around to Gobert, and Gobert is going to get that one in, so it's now 19-8, and now Nikola Jokic losing the basketball. Gobert picks it up. So now Gobert is going to get that layup in. So it's going to be almost a 14-point Timberwolves lead. So now 10 points in the paint for Minnesota. Denver with already 4. So this is just a once lopsided scoring method here in Minneapolis. So now I think Reggie Jackson is his name, has the ball, going to pass it over to Bryant, and that is going to be in. So now Thomas Bryant, he's at 56% in field goals. So now he, I think, was with the Lakers for a short time, but then went over to Denver, and they are going to take a timeout, the Nuggets. All right, so now we got possession of the basketball. We are back from the break, by the way, and we're only at 38 seconds left in this first quarter, but now Anthony Edwards is taking that 3, so we took a small break because Denver was taking the break, and they had to do some minor substitutions, and Thomas Bryant is going to get that in, so it's now 27-17, and we're almost at the end of this first quarter. I mean, we only got 20 seconds left. So, and I think after this shot, if we make it in, there will be no shot clock for the first quarter. So now Edwards knocking it down, 9.9 seconds left. Nuggets are down by 13 in the first quarter, but they could strike back and score more points. You just never know, man. You just never know. I mean, they got it in buzzer beater time, so now it is an 11-point Minnesota Timberwolves lead. So it is 30-19 here in Minneapolis. All right, so now second quarter has begun here in Minneapolis, and we got Mike Conley on the court. We're going to drill a 3 while we're at it. So now it is now 33-19, a 14-point Timberwolves lead, but now Jamal Murray, who was out quite a bit of seasons ago with that injury, and now Bruce Brown takes that 3, and we are almost, the Nuggets are trying to catch up. I mean, this Nuggets team isn't really all that bad, but if we get to a 6-game or even a 7-game series, that would be even make it one of the best series in the playoffs for our Timberwolves series. So Michael Porter Jr. obviously is dribbling the basketball, and we make a block with Kyle Anderson. So we're going to pass it all around, use some Mike Conley, gets it in from mid-range though, but it is now 37-22 with 2:58 to go, and now they trying to make the steal, but now he picks it back up. Michael Porter Jr., what is he going to do? Going to pass it over to Thomas Bryant, and now Bruce Brown is going to pass it over to Aaron Gordon, and Gordon gets it in. Timberwolves take a timeout. All right, so it's now 37-24. We did some major depth chart substitutions. We added Rudy Gobert back onto the court. So now he is the scoring leader for Minnesota. He has 21 points today, 8 of them in the paint. So they're going to pass it around to Jamal Murray. So now Jamal Murray, he's in fact going to get this one in for 2. So now both teams are at 100% in field goals as of right now. I would love to see this statistic happen till probably halftime. That's when the first half gets really exciting. So now Jamal Murray got possession. He's going to pass it over to Michael Porter Jr., and he knocks down that 3. And it's now 42-29. So we got KAT, the Edison, New Jersey native, getting that in for 2. So it's now 44-29. And 18 for 18, 12 for 12. Not bad numbers, I tell you. Very excellent numbers. So this would be what I would consider 5-star rating numbers. So now KAT on the court for the Minnesota T-Wolves going to knock that 3 down. And it's now 47-31. So now Bruce Brown, he's going to pass it over, and then Brown's going to get that assist. So it's now we're almost at 50 points. So we just got less than a minute to go in this first half. So we are going to knock down that 3. All right, so 50-33. Got some good ball movement. Oh, and KCP, who was a member of the LA Lakers in 2020 Finals Championship, passes it over to Reggie Jackson, and we're going to pass it over to Rudy Gobert. So now we're going to step back, get this one in. So it's now 52-36. So now Nikola Jokic got possession of the basketball, and he's going to pass it over to Michael Porter Jr. and then over to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So now Nikola Jokic going to pass it over to Reggie Jackson. So now Reggie Jackson, it appears he's going to still dribble it no matter what. So he's going to pass it over to KCP, and it is now 52-38. So now we're in the paint getting this one in, and it's now 54-38 with 4.6 seconds left, and there is a foul. It's on Karl-Anthony Towns. So 0.6 seconds remain here in the first half. Minnesota is already up by 16 points. So Michael Porter Jr. going to pass it over to KCP, and he does not make the half-court shot. All right, so 26 points for Rudy Gobert in this first half. He is the scoring leader for Minnesota. So now Karl-Anthony Towns getting it in for 2. Now it's 56-38. So the Nuggets haven't really scored much in this second quarter, but now Jamal Murray's going to pass it over, and now Nikola Jokic getting it in. So this is their 13th assist of the whole game, and they have piled more assists than us, Denver, but still they're playing some elite basketball along the lines too. Now it's 58-40, 16 points for KAT. He is so talented though, but now they get that one in, and it's now 58-42. So I'm going to pass it all around, use some Karl-Anthony Towns, and we're going to get that one in for 2. Now it's 60-42 as of right now. So Jamal Murray losing the basketball. Karl-Anthony Towns picking it up for the TWolves, and we're going to knock down this 3 pretty efficiently. So it is now 63-42 here in Minneapolis, and the Nuggets take a timeout. All right, so now it is 67-51, and we went out of bounds unintentionally. So we get possession of the basketball. So now I'm going to pass it all around, use some Anthony Edwards here and there. Going to get this one in for 3, and it's now 70-51. So now Jamal Murray losing the basketball. All right, so the Nuggets, Jeff Green is going to pass it over to Joey Porter Jr., or Michael Porter Jr. Why did I say Joey Porter Jr.? The NFL draft was last week, and as much as I love the Pittsburgh Steelers, I always think of Porter Jr. as Joey. So my apologies if I was originally going to call him Michael Porter Jr., but I accidentally called him Joey Porter. So wrong sport. Anthony Edwards knocks down a 3, and it's now a 20-point deficit here in Denver. But now Jamal Murray makes that dunk happen, and Jaden McDaniels is going to pass it over to Anthony Edwards. So now Anthony Edwards, he's going to try to get this one in for 2, and it's now 75-55. So 19 points today, 8 in this quarter. So now he had 11 in the first half, 11 points in the first half, and then with 39.7 seconds left, I got Edwards going to pass it all around, use some McDaniels even. But now I'm thinking about drilling a 3 with Anthony Edwards, and I do. So it's now 78-57. Jamal Murray lost the basketball, but then picked it back up. Gonna use some Nikola Jokic there for a minute. And then I think to end this quarter, we're just gonna knock down a 3 with Anthony Edwards. So now it will be 81-59. We'll see you guys in the fourth. All right, so it's now 81-62. Anthony Edwards is going to make a dunk happen. So now it is now a 21-point lead. So I think this might have been the first or second dunk of the game. But now they lost the basketball. So now Anthony Edwards, he's been making some great progress. I'm thinking about passing it over to Rudy Gobert. And we knocked down a 3. So now he has to be at least a little over 30 points in this episode. But now Nikola Jokic, he's going to pass over to Michael Porter Jr. 8 steals and 19 points off of turnovers for the Timberwolves. So this Timberwolves team, they are ready. It looks like they're ready to battle off against the Cleveland Cavaliers, hopefully in the NBA Finals. So that will be one fantastic match to see along the lines. But now Michael Porter Jr. going to pass it over to Nikola Jokic, and now Aaron Gordon going to try to get that in there for 2. And both teams have now missed at least one field goal, so they're at an A. So now Karl-Anthony Towns going to knock down a 3. It is now 91-66. So now Nikola Jokic going to pass it over to Aaron Gordon. Jokic with that assist. And we are now 91-68. And we lose the basketball. So now Bruce Brown got possession. Going to pass it over to Jamal Murray. And they knock down that 3. And the Nuggets are trying to spice it up here. And Rudy Gobert is going to get this one in, and the Nuggets take a timeout. All right, so now 95-78 here in Minneapolis. The Timberwolves are now up by 19. So if they make 1 3, even 1 3, they will get the triple digits, and I will be doing my victory dance. So now Reggie Jackson, what's he going to do? Going to pass over to Thomas Bryant and getting that in there. And it's now 14-6 within almost 3 minutes. And I think we're just going to take this 2-pointer. And now I think the next time we score, we'll have over 100 points. So Denver's bench is outscoring Minnesota's bench by 34 points. So now they're down by 19. Oh, there's the block, but it went out of bounds. Nice play there, Denver. So nice play, Minnesota. So now Denver's doing its substitutions, and it appears they're going to pass it over to KCP, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope gets that in. So it's now 99-82. So now I'm going to pass it over to Gobert. And he is your player of the game, by the way. I will explain the numbers after the episode, but now they're going to pass it around, get it in. So now Gobert, he's going to get this one in. It's going to be 104-84. So now 13 seconds are left. So they're just going to dribble it out. And this will conclude game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals. They're going to get that one in. So it's now 104-86. Hopefully we can get this buzzer beater in. And we do. So the Timberwolves win it. 107-86 is the final. So we won by 21 points. Congratulations, Minnesota. You lead the series 1-0 over the Denver Nuggets.
All right, Rudy Gobert, 43 points, 2 steals on the day, 6 for 6 from behind the arc, 1 dunk there.
Karl-Anthony Towns, 28 points, 1 assist, 2 steals on the day. Not a bad performance by him. Anthony Edwards had an excellent performance, even though he scored third place in the Timberwolves game today. 27 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block on the day, and 1 dunk. Mike Conley only had 7 points and 4 assists. Nikola Jokic got 22 points, 5 assists on the day, and no dunks there, but he did have 4 3-pointers. Jamal Murray, 10 points. So did Aaron Gordon have 10 points. But Murray had 1 rebound, 6 assists on the day, and a dunk. So did Aaron Gordon, had a dunk. Reggie Jackson, 8 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Bruce Brown, 7 points and 5 assists. Thomas Bryant, 6 points in all. Jeff Green, 6 points in all. So this will end it here in Minneapolis. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next episode.